input on how I feel like this game rates to iRacing, because I race a lot of iRacing if you know my B4rulezGaming Facebook page. But anyway, we're going to go on here and show you. I've had maybe probably 20 minutes to mess around with the cars and get them painted kind of somewhat what I like, you know, wise. But other than that, we are going to give you my in-depth review of what I think the game needs and what it should do and all that. So if you guys want to sit here and enjoy the time and watch the racing and have a little fun, you know, it's all what you want, you know, it's that. So we're going to show you guys everything we can and all that. So we're going to hop in here. We're going to go live with the World of Outlaws Dirt Racing. So here's the intro that you get on the main screen. Kind of, you know, show what you guys got going on here and all that. So I hope you enjoy this, and we'll be getting ready to go live soon racing for you guys. I'm going to try every classic car in a short little race session for you guys, and then go from there. So hopefully you enjoy everything, what my take is on the game and all that, and we'll see what happens. So don't forget to share, like, comment, subscribe. I'm sorry, I'm in the process of sharing everything on social media so you guys can see this, and we'll go from there. So I do not own the rights to any of this music. It's to the rightful owner of the game. So, you know, whatever you want to play with that, there you go. So there you go. I hope you guys enjoy this live stream from B4rulezGaming. Live streams on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. As always, don't forget to share, like, and comment, subscribe. Here we go. We're gonna hop in here for you guys.
I hit you before you did.
Alrighty, we got your career mode, your quick race, your online, and your options. So anyway, we're gonna hop right in here to quick race for you guys. We're gonna start off with the street stocks, and we're gonna try, let's see here, there's my paint scheme that I'll be using. Let's see what track we're gonna run here. You know, I've tried Cedar Lake earlier, it was fun. Let's try the dirt track at Charlotte. Go from there, dirt street stocks, and then we'll go into the next class up, and then the class up from that and all that. So we're going to be racing 4 laps here, so I'll give you a short video and my comments on the way the cars handle. The only car I've driven so far in the game is a dirt street stock. From what I've learned so far is you want a car tight in the game, so I use that, and then I'm going to change it, and then I'm going to go over to custom race setup and change that recommended. That's what I've been doing, is 25 blues. There we go. Alright, bear with me, I'm still learning everything, so we're gonna start practice. Here we go. Get on the gas too hard, or the car wants to get really loose on you. You gotta be easy on it. For me, it reminds me of iRacing a lot. The more gas you give it, the harder it's going to want to spin out. And I think I have my sound up way too high. So if it's too high, I'm sorry. I'm still trying to figure out the game, so go from there. have it. There's a street stock practice. Alrighty, here we go. We're going to end practice with a 16.
Let's check out the leaderboard.
7, so we'll just go ahead and hop right on into some qualifying. I think I want a little bit more setup change here. I'm going to tighten it up just a little bit more, and I feel better when it's tighter for some reason, so we're going to go with that. Alrighty, so hopefully you guys are enjoying so far what we've seen. So this is what we got going on here. I'm going to run each car, so we'll see how that works, and then we'll go from there. Bear with me here. Alrighty, there we go on that one. Let me change the sound real quick. I don't know if I can do that or not. Don't think I can. Nope. Yep, can't do nothing like that. But I believe I can pause it. No driving aids. I don't want driving aids. I want. Okay. Alright. Here we go. Start on a pole. Alrighty, well, so far from what I've practiced, the handling on these cars are so temperamental. So any little bit of movements or all that, so that means you have to take your time. You can't go in there balls to the wall, expect it to drive worth it good. I mean, it's just like iRacing. You got to take your time, easy on the throttle. So far, I mean, for dirt-wise games, I think this is the best that I've seen right now that's been put out by anybody for the next gen console. Alrighty, well, as you can see, these cars are really, I mean, the more you get sideways, the more time you lose. I mean, they did their best when it came to getting these cars to handle more realistic as possible. Alrighty, though. Alrighty, we're starting second row, I believe. Or outside pole. Alrighty, here we go, guys. Street stocks are fun. I love street stocks. I wish they bring Monte Carlo to the game. That'd be awesome. But right now, so far, I've only driven the street stocks in this game. So the next time you see me running on the track will be completely new to me. Never tried it. So it's all going to be something new. So we're going to go ahead and finish the event and end that run.
Oh my god, I just watched the jungler kill someone.
Alrighty, so there's that. Alright, now next thing up, 305 sprint cars is the next one up on the list. We will go through every car there is in the game so you guys can get what I have and what I'm going to have. Alrighty, we're going to hop into the sprint cars here. And we'll just go ahead and show you what we got sprint car wise here. We got all these cars, just give you an idea of what's in the games. That's a pretty cool looking color. I like that one. Pretty cool. But these are all, I believe, somebody's made up. Now when we go up into the higher series, I believe they're gonna probably have them, you know, yeah. Anyway, this is my scheme that I copied from my street stock. So we're going to go back to the dirt track Charlotte. This will be my first time in the 305 sprint car. I have never ran the 305 sprint car in this game. Now I have the 305 sprint car in iRacing. I'm going to compare it to that. Curious on how this is going to handle compared to the, you know, I'm going to go with 12% for now. And we're going to practice with it. Now, as far as the sprint cars go in the game for iRacing, well, my first time trying this is, I guess you could say, it doesn't want to turn. It's pretty tight, and now that might be because I have it set up for tight conditions because I don't want it to loose. I mean, the street stock, you want it tight. So we're gonna go in here, and then we're gonna adjust we're going to loosen it up just a little bit for qualifying and try that and see what happens here. But right now, as far as dirt games goes for consoles, this is probably the best one for the next gen new consoles and all that. So they did their work on this game. So I mean, I'm pretty impressed with it. Now this, I will say, this car seems more planted than the street stock, which is very, very, you know, I mean, not really surprising, but you know, you get my drift. It is more planted than the street stock. The street stock seemed like you were on edge, you know, the whole time. And I did cut the course. Forgive me, this is my second time to be on the track with the 305. More time with it, I think I'll be alright. As far as handling compared to iRacing, it's nothing. I mean, iRacing, you've got, well, for the 305s in iRacing, you can get on the gas and it feels stuck, but it still has that feeling where you're going to break loose and all that. But as far as the console, it's, I mean, they're pretty cool. I mean, I'm not a big sprint car fan, I will admit that. But right now, for the sprint car games that I've owned and have, this one is probably by far the best so far, I think, I guess, except for when the game came out for PlayStation 3, I believe, or PlayStation 2, I don't remember when it came out. The World of Outlaws sprint car game, I don't remember who, a Rat Bag made it, and that game was really good at the time. And if they was to bring back the sprint cars from that game, I think they would be really, really happy with the way they handle. Now, I will say the one thing I do not like about this sprint car is it sits up, to me it sits up way too high in the air as far as getting, you know, for sprint cars that is. But I mean, this is all, you know, something new. I mean it sits up a little high to me. But so far the 305s they're pretty cool. I mean, you know, they handle better than the street stocks to me. I mean, there's more downforce because of the wing and all that. But other than that, I mean, it depends on your take of racing, what kind of discipline you're going to run and all that. But I will say that the sprint car so far is the best handling that I've driven so far. The street stocks are fun because of the fact it's a street stock. But I also know that I would prefer a street stock over a sprint car any day just because I'm born and raised around the local dirt tracks where street stocks, modifieds, and late models, you know, the sprint cars are pretty good. I mean, for the next gen consoles, you know, they're a pretty good car. I mean, I'm happy with it. Street stocks was fun. To me, I think the street stocks, you've got to be finessing on the steering and the gas and all that. So, I mean, I'm really, really, really happy with it so far. As far as the sprint cars, I'm curious to see what the late models drive like. And then when they release the other cars, I'll be curious to see what that happens as well. I figured it out. I already pretty much know what the car's going to do. In the street stock, you have to be off and on the gas. The sprint car is pretty stable. I mean, really, really, really stable. I think that's the reason why I looked online earlier to see if anybody was on racing group-wise, and there was a lot of sprint cars, so I'm guessing a lot of people are just running sprint cars. I mean, I don't know if it's just because they like the sprint cars or what. But the 305s, I'm impressed with them. I'm curious to see what the next car does, you know, for handling wise. But so far, right now, as far as the handling, the 305s drive fairly good to me. And I do not have any of my aids on at all. Just letting you know that as well. The street stock was a handful. The sprint car has more downforce, so it's more stuck to the track. So if you're, you know, a part of that, all that. So I mean, it's up to you. I mean, it's all up to you on how you want to race and what class you want to race and all that. Right now, I'm happy with it. I mean, I think it's going to be fun on console for racing online with people and friends. I really hope they go with cross-platform where people with Xboxes and people with, you know, PlayStations can play each other and stuff like that. Because that'd be really great, and then people can have leagues and stuff with the platform. But anyway, here we go with the Pro late model, I believe I am. Yes. But there's my paint scheme that I'll be running with the late models. And we're gonna hop right on in here to run some laps here. We're gonna go on the dirt track again. You know, race the dirt track at Charlotte because we've been running them. That's what we're gonna start with. So far, as far as this track goes, compared to the game or the track on iRacing, this track is nowhere near the track on iRacing. So I'm kind of disappointed with some of that. I don't know if they didn't put in the, you know, if they didn't put any of the scan tracks in it, or they just used the name and just did their own thing. But I'm really disappointed. First of all, I mean, I run a lot of pro late models recently on iRacing, and I will say this: the feeling this car is giving me is giving me vibes just like iRacing when it comes to getting on the gas and going turning to the right. So, I mean, that kind of gives me chills in a way that they took a lot of the handling of this car into that from iRacing. I mean, it's pretty freaking sweet, I think. I mean, the handling is a little bit looser than this 305 sprint car, but the sprint car has a bigger wing and everything like that. So, with that being said, I'm kind of impressed with the way the late model drives right now here on the game. I mean, I'm really happy with it. The pro late model, I mean, it still does I mean, the way this thing drives reminds me so much of iRacing. I mean, it's pretty sweet. I mean, they did their homework when it comes to the game. I'm really impressed the way the late model. I was really thinking the late model wasn't going to drive that great, but it's going to make you drive it. I mean, this is just the pro. I can just imagine what the open late model's going to do and all that. It's probably going to make you have to be on the gas easy and nothing too wild, because I mean, you still got to let off a little bit on the gas in the corners with the pros to get the turn. And if not, they'll push up the track. So I mean, they did their homework when it came to throwing the graphics and the models and everything in the game. I'm really impressed with it. I will say that. Right now, I mean, as far as the cars go and the way they handle, they did a heck of a job with the game and the handling of these cars. I mean, I will say that I'm impressed with it as much as I was debating on getting this because I love iRacing. I love the way the cars drive. I mean, it takes me a while to get used to certain cars, but when they brought this into this console, I was like, well, I might get it, I might not, but I'm kind of glad I got it now because I have a feeling it's going to be fun with people that you know. If you get a few people to get consoles and all that for racing each other, this making it a dirt game only, I mean, as you can see, when we got on gas, it pushed up the track. I mean, you've got to be easy on the throttle. You've got to be easy on the steering. If not, the car's going to want to get away from you. And as you see, I was a little rough there going in that corner, so yeah. It's a game that's going to get you where, like, oh wow, don't do that, or you know. And this is just the pro late model. I've shown you the 305 and the street stocks. I haven't got into the fast cars yet, so I really don't know what I'm going to have to do on the gas and the steering with that. So I hope you enjoy it. Watching what I've got going on right now. Say that it's gonna be fun. I mean, online's gonna be probably sketchy, I bet, at the most. I mean, I'm running a little bit on a tight setup, but it's driving pretty good. Alright, I don't remember what's up next after this late model, but we'll see here in a minute. 4 laps, so you guys can see each car and each class and what my thoughts on the way down here. I know the full late model, you can pretty much run it flat-footed. I mean, you got to let off just a little bit so it'll set in the corner, but other than that, you can throw that bad boy in the corner and just let it keep, and it should get around that corner good. Hold off just a little bit so it'll turn, because it'll probably push up the track. And this is just the pro late model too, so less horsepower. So just imagine what the pro or the faster late model is going to do and all that. 305 go pretty good too, so I was happy with the 305. So, see right there, I almost sold the road to the corner. I had to let off and let it in there. Very, very fun party driving. I really am really happy with the game. I mean, a lot of people are like, oh, yeah. Alrighty, well, I've got the sound too loud, so I'm going to turn that down real quick before I hop into another race.
Not even a bat?
Alrighty, anyway, I am so sorry that the sound's really
So
loud.
that bat is the
I'm
only
going to turn that down. Alright, let me go back into my options here and turn the sound down a little bit. You guys are going to get to see the options and stuff like that, so we're going to see here, audio.
Ooh, 3 death coins.
We're going to go ahead and 50 it, and put this one down at 50 as well.
So yeah, I'm just ascending
Player car, I'm going to turn that down to about 55. AI cars, let's go to 45. Skids.
I jumped in a hole.
55. Collisions. 50.
Okay, it's kind of getting
interface.
Alright.
Alright. Well, I'm going to show you my age, so you'll be like, well, he's using age, so he's not complaining, but yeah. Anyway, there you go. My presets, where I have it at 0. It's custom. So there you go. I have no aids on whatsoever. Car shake effect, I have that up all the way. I want that to happen. The wheel-to-wheel contact, you can make it higher, make it lower, make the way your car feels after you get, you know, wrecked and all that. AI difficulties at normal, full damage, race length's 10. So there you go. Alrighty, well there's that. Alright, let's go do another quick race and show you the 360 sprints here. Alright, 360 sprints.
Okay, I'm behind Blue.
These are a faster sprint car, so we'll hop into these and see what happens here.
No, you touch it.
And of course, you know, the 360 is just not really big names in that. And we're gonna go back to the dirt track Charlotte because that's where we've been running since we started the video, so everybody knows every car on the track and all that. And after I get through doing all the cars and running them on this track, I'll go through all the tracks that they have right now and all the cars and all that. So I'm kind of excited to see what the modifieds and the big block modifieds are going to do when it comes to alright, 360 modified or 360 sprint car. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, it's a big difference in the other sprint car. Holy moly. Alright, we need to go back to the pits.
Yes.
Let's see here. Resume driving in practice.
I wanted to die.
We need to change the setup on this bad boy and tighten that bad boy up.
Stay in so I can join. Stay in so I can join.
Alright, let's tighten it up a little bit here. Because she was a little loose, but of course the speed on this thing's going to be faster than the 305. Now as far as the way it handles, now this is what I know for sprint cars in iRacing, the way they handle right here. The 360 is bringing me vibes from the 305 on iRacing big time, the way it wants to pull to the right and then you turn right in the corners. But yes, it is definitely, yeah, hit the tire. Yeah, so yeah, sprint cars are a handful for sure. Oh, I smacked the wall. Alrighty, well, we definitely gonna get our asses handed to us in this class for sure, because she is just like a normal sprint car in the, I mean, iRacing handling wise, these things are so twitchy, and she reminds me of a 360 Sprinter or 305 sprint car from iRacing, the way it's wanting to handle. I mean, the speed on it, it's pretty quick. So anyway, whoops. Alright, we're gonna end practice real quick. So yeah, that the cars, as fast as they get, the harder they're gonna be controlling. So I can see it now. Why a lot of people on the Facebook pages are saying the sprint cars are a little hard to control, which if you're not good with the throttle control, you're going to have a lot of hard time learning these cars. I mean, thankfully I kind of got a little bit of a head start because I know how the cars somewhat handle from iRacing. I mean, the way the sprint cars feel, I mean, they feel like they do, the way they want to pull to the wall if you let off the gas and all that, which is pretty cool. But I mean, as far as being easy on the throttle and all that, they did a heck of a job, you know, making them where you have to drive them. I mean, because I could see it happening, you know. So this is the first time I drove that car, so I mean, the more time you get track time, the faster they're going to drive, and the more you're going to have fun, you know, drive them and all that. As far as handling, they are by far different than any sprint car game that I've ever owned for the console. So, I mean, I'm happy with the way it's driving. As far as anything I would suggest if you're going to play with the faster of the series, the practice. I mean, this is my first time. Well, not really my first time. My first race, official race, heat race with the car, and she's a handful. That's just the 360 sprint car. So, you
My
know,
death was paused.
you can't really jump on the gas or it's going to come away from you. And like you can see, we made it through the qualifying dash. So, yeah, I mean, this is just 4 lap races. So just to get you guys an idea what the game's going to be like and all that. So it's what we call something learning curve and all that. I mean, you can see I'm getting used to the way the car takes off and all that.
Oh shit!
Oh, that's gonna hurt me.
Ow. Wait, you can get different items?
Luckily it was just the final lap when I did that, but man, for what this thing is driving like, whew, she's a handful.
I didn't know you could get different items.
And it's going to take a little bit to get used to when it comes to
I just got a hammer.
oh, like that right there. I got on the gas way too hard on the start.
How do you get up there?
Alright, so just let off just a little bit in the corner and she'll set, and then you can just get right back in it. There we go. So just let off just a hair. Let it settle down, and then get right back into it. And still Alright, by far different handling for you know, the game. 360s are a lot more handful than the 305 for sure. So I mean, if you're gonna hop into the game, I wouldn't suggest getting the fastest car. Start off with the slower car and get used to it, because it's gonna be a handful for a while, and that's with aids off. I mean, I'm running with no driving assistant aids at all. So, I mean, there you go. Alright, we're going to go into the World of Outlaw late models. This is the biggest, you know, the fastest late model there is in the game. And here's the car. Alright, we're going to show you the drivers that are in the game that I know of. Alright, there's Blair. Alrighty, that's one of them. Boom Briggs. Rocket. And if you know these drivers, that's cool and all that. Tyler Bruning. Shane Clanton. Tanner English. Dennis Erb Jr. Gordy Gundaker. Ryan Gustafson.
What? Oh, you're gonna.
Kyle Hammer.
Brent
Larson. Josh Richards. Ross Bales. Austin Berry. David Beazell. Matt Cosner. Rick Eckert.
How?
You kind of get a side of what the car looks like. Chris Ferguson. Fergie time.
That was me.
Jesse Glenn. Jason Haskell.
Yeah, I'm just getting people in my car.
Andy Haas. John Henderson.
Dude, is that
Nick Hoffman.
What?
Joseph Joyner.
You ain't hit me with your
Nick
car.
Kurtz. Daryl Lanigan. Zach Mitchell. Devin Moran. Billy Moyer Jr. Brandon Overton in the Easy Go 76.
I'm gonna spam Zawardo. Spam the Zawardo.
Jimmy Owens.
Spam the Zawardo.
Bobby Pierce,
Nah.
Stormy
You
Scott,
die.
Jerry Shaw,
Don't
Garrett
throw
Smith,
me.
Jason Turner, Dylan Yoder, Mason Ziegel.
Hey, yo.
That's the drivers they got. And of course, my custom car, that's solid red.
Sorry,
or solid white
sorry.
with red.
I need to.
Yeah.
I need to.
Alrighty, we're going to go back to the dirt track at Charlotte since we've done every car there. Or just kind of give me an idea of what the car is going to do completely different from the Pro Late model. The Pro Late model drove good. I like the way the Pro Late model drove. It gave me chills the way it was driving.
I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm so
The
dead.
Pro Late model right now, the Pro Late model and the 305 Sprint's my two favorite cars right now. So, I mean, this is, you know, my take on what it is. We're going to go with a 12% tight car. Oh my goodness, yeah. By far, the Pro Late model, or the World of Outlaw Late model is going to take some finesse. Okay. Yeah, you're going to have to take your time on this one, guys. This one, she gets up on that bar, just like iRacing. You let off the gas, it will drive completely different. I mean, I will say this right now. The Pro Late model, I like the Pro Late model, but honestly, this World of Late model right now is actually pretty fun. I mean, just the start on it's going to be hard because it's going to be like any other, you know, other late model. But as far as handling, it drives pretty good. Ooh, snap, I smacked the crap out of the wall and destroyed her. Oops. Alrighty, well, there you guys go on the Pro Late model practice. We're going to hop into a heat race real quick, or qualifying. As far as the Pro Late model and the World of Outlaw Late model, it's kind of a toss-up when it comes to the way they drive. I mean, they drive pretty similar to each other, but the Pro Late model, you don't have to lift off as much as you do in the World of Outlaw Late model. You actually got to let off a little bit, or the thing will just go cattywampus and crazy, and you'll have to drive her in. I mean, but as far as the way the car handles compared to iRacing, I will say this: the way this car handles is way better on this game than it is iRacing, but it is also for console. If they were to bring in the handling of this car into iRacing, oh my goodness, that's all I can say. Oh my goodness. The late models would get raced a lot more, I think, in my opinion. You know, I would race the late model more if they handled more like this game. This game handling comes to mind that it, I mean, she still takes off, you know, to the right if you don't get on it hard, but it's kind of hard to do. But I mean, you got to let off the gas, because if not, you're gonna be fighting it. But they made the game where they wanted it to be, you know, not easy and not hard. They did a heck of a job when it comes to where the cars drive. I mean, I will say, once people get setups and start working on setups and building setups for these cars, I think that the cars will be a lot faster, and people will be able to handle them better and all that. As far as my review on the Pro Late model and then the World of Outlaw Late model, they handle pretty close the same. The World of Outlaw Late model has a ton more power, so you got to be easy on the throttle when you take off, because it will get away from you. I will say that. So far, my favorite car in the game would probably be the Pro Late model. I will have to say that my favorite so far is the Pro Late model. It's not as wild and crazy as the World of Outlaw Late model, but I will say that I am enjoying it quite a lot more than I was expecting, you know, compared to other titles and all that. I really enjoy it. The more time you get with the game, the more you're gonna have fun and all that. So I mean, it's just gonna take some learning to get to. If you're just wanting to hop in the game and play, I suggest the 305 sprint car, the Pro Late model. As far as street stock, the street stocks are very surprising. I would think you would think the street stock would be a lot less twitchy and loose compared to the Pro Late model or the World of Outlaw Late model, but
here's what I have.
To me, the street stock seems the more edgier car. I mean, I don't know why, but
Yeah, look.
oh, you just heard on the inside of me.
See, look.
As far as cars wanting to race, I would suggest the Pro Late model and the 305 so far. The 305 Sprint, that is. The way they handle.
I didn't know who it was. It was either
The World of Outlaw Late model, I mean, it handles like the, you know, the Pro Late model, but I think the power and the traction getting down, put it down to the track, I mean, I can see that being, you know, a lot of things. I mean, the way the cars are feeling to me, I mean, they did a hell of a job when it comes to the way the car's driving, you know.
Okay, where would they be at?
I don't know. I mean, the World of Outlaw Late model handles really good. I mean, it really does. I mean,
What'd you say?
compared to the Pro, I mean, it's got more power than the Pro, but the Pro seems more
Also need a
stable.
stand arrow, though.
But as always with most
This is why I
games,
like more
the more
stand.
you take your time and the more you get used to the handling. I mean, this is my first hour, you know, that I've been playing the game, so I mean, that's just, I mean, I've only played the game for probably about 50, 60 minutes, you know. So this is just my opinion, you know. Right now, my favorite right now is the Pro Late model and the 305. As far as the sprint or the street stocks need a little bit of I don't know. They just seem too loose compared to the other cars, which is very surprising. Alrighty, here we are with the World of Outlaw Late, or not Late model, World of Outlaw Sprint cars.
What?
And here's your drivers that they have in the game currently right now. So it's Jacob Allen, Spencer Baston, Noah Gass, David Gravel,
Bloody them up.
Sheldon Hodenshield, Casey Kane, Craig Kinzer, Carson Macedo, Bill Rose, Donnie Schatz,
How did I get that?
Donnie Schatz alternate. Different sponsors, okay. Logan Sherhart, Jason Sides, Brad Solweit, Barack Zerfrost, Austin
Dude,
Bishop,
I really want that Lucy Star.
Dylan Sisney, Cale Conley, Justin Cox, Willie Croft, Billy Dietrich, Cody Fletcher, AJ Flick, Arton Jitten, Brian Gahn,
A bat? I ain't getting a bat.
Andy Gregg, McKenna Hayes, Slater Helt, Bradley Howard, Trey Jacobs, Travis Jacobson, Chase Johnson, Wayne Johnson, Bud
Dude,
Cady,
those must be little bullets.
Robbie Kendall,
Ow.
Brandon Mathis,
Dude.
Michael Miller, Kyle Moody,
Dude.
Joel Myers, Travis Fillo, Paige Polak, Sean Ray Hall, Jim Siegel, Brandon Spithaler,
What a loser.
TJ Stutz,
I'm level
Ryan
6.
Timms, Dylan Westbrook,
What?
Cole Young, Todd Zinn,
I'm prestige nothing.
and then we're back to the start.
I'm prestige nothing.
And of course, this is my custom, you know, skin, which I will end up making my own better skins later on. Right now, I'm just throwing them out. I threw a color scheme in and copied to all. Alright, we're going to go to the dirt track at Charlotte one more time. And then we're going to show you all the tracks after we do the dirt track at Charlotte. And then we'll figure something out after that as far as showing you guys some stuff.
I found a diamond.
But right now, it seems like, to me, the tighter the car is, the better it handles.
What can I do with the diamond?
And the more stable I feel with it.
Ah,
So we're gonna go out here and practice. This is a World of Outlaws sprint car, and this thing, holy moly, yeah, she's got some power in her. Yep. Yeah, this is gonna take some getting used to for sure. She wants to step that rear end out there big time. And this is on tight too for me. I have it tight. Yeah, she's definitely gonna
Can you just ask someone?
Alright, well anyway, that is by far the, not really worst handling car in the game, but as far as trying to get used to it, you're going to need a lot of practice with the World of Outlaws sprint car, because this bad boy wants to turn on you as soon as you get on the gas. So, as you can see, I mean, this thing, I can't even. She wants to just keep sideways, and that's with me on the gas, you know.
If I died by losing my arrow and diamond. Ribcage of the Saints Sports.
Alrighty, well.
Should I get it?
By far, the hardest car to drive in the game would be the World of Outlaws sprint car.
What?
And you guys are seeing it here live here on B4rulezGaming. As far as the way the car handles, I would suggest to start out in the lower classes to get used to the game feel and all that. The World of Outlaws sprint cars and late models got some power behind them. I will say that. So, I mean, if you're looking to, yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. All right, there, this is gonna happen, and I'm upside down.
I kid you not. I kid you not. I already
Okay, yep, she's gone.
I found another arrow.
And you got to see me wreck it for the first time.
I have 3 scan arrows.
Yeah, 10th place. I knew that was going to happen with me.
Scratch that. Make that 4 scan arrows.
I don't see me getting out of the B feature. I gotta get to 5th place in 2-3 laps. Yeah. I've got 2 laps to get to 5th, I think. I don't think that's gonna happen.
Can I have a gold coin, a diamond?
Yeah, not gonna happen.
I found another arrow.
Oh yeah, hit the tire. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, we wasn't getting to 5th in 2 laps. There's no way. Yeah, sprint car by far.
I found Clinton
The only thing I'm disappointed is the damage model. I mean, I smacked the shit out of the wall. I flipped over. But there you go. I did not make it out of the B main in the sprint car because I suck at the sprint car. The way it handles. So there you go on that one. So we'll be alright. That just shows to show you that the sprint cars are hard to drive right there.
Okay, let's see what I get. I have like 15
I don't see me running the sprint cars hardly a lot anyway, so I'm not too worried about it.
The arrow senses that you're not working.
Alrighty, here we go.
What?
We're gonna go ahead and back out real quick. We're gonna go back to the street stocks. I want you guys to see all the street stocks that are in the game. I guess I could do that because I did it with everything else. There's that one. There's that one. Brian Carter, Brandon Jurens, Cam Jurens, Maddie Watkins, and of course me. Not very many cars to choose from, so we'll just go ahead and choose that in there. Alright, here's the tracks you got to choose from in the game currently right now. Bristol Motor Speedway, Cedar Lake, Dirt Track at Charlotte, Eldora, Fairbury, Knoxville, Kokomo, the Dirt Track at Las Vegas,
I just got 5.
Lima Land, Port Royal, Texas, Volusia, Weedsport, Williams Grove, Arrowhead, Baxterville,
So what do I do?
Circle Lake Raceway, Desert Rock, Diamond Grove, Durango Park Raceway, Elm Creek, Five Forks, Grant Park Speedway, I-19 Speedway, Interstate 84,
Why, do you want to
Jacobs
watch me
County,
take the
Union County, Madison Lake,
Do you not have Missouri?
Milestone Park, Norris County, Georgia, Iowa,
Do you not have that much wordiness?
Prairie View, Prairie Creek, Prairie View. That's a little bitty motherfucker. Rockberry, Roper Mountain, Sawtooth, Sheep Mountain Raceway, Sterling, another small track, Straight River, Sugar Bush, Virginia Willow Creek, Woodley, and there you have it. Alrighty, well, I'm gonna go ahead and compare the tracks with the track. So now I will say, as far as the game right now, Dirt Track is nothing like the Dirt Track at Charlotte in iRacing whatsoever. Alright, let me look at something else here. Knoxville. Let's go to Eldora real quick. I'm going to show you guys Eldora. Now, if I ran Eldora on iRacing, so I'm going to compare the track. This is what I'm going to do right now. I'm not even really going to run. I mean, I'm going to run a lap or two and a few laps in street stock and practice and then go from there. But then again, I want to see what it's compared to like from iRacing. So if people want to know, hey, is it anything like iRacing? I mean, I will say this right now.
You know I'm going to die when I take it, though.
As far as the way the cars handle, nothing like iRacing. I mean, the way it feels, because you have to be easy on the throttle. I mean, yes, I could see that happening. That's, you know.
Get it!
As far as the track looks right now in the game and then iRacing, it's pretty close. I mean, they got it pretty close. The iRacing game's a little bit more detailed and the track's a little better, smoother. And as far as, I don't know, I will say the street stock does feel a lot better on this big track than it does that short track I was on earlier. Or just, I don't know, maybe just because I got used to the other cars and the way this one. So maybe it's just because I just ran the street stock. But as far as handling goes and all that, the street stock's not too bad. I will say this. The track is close to iRacing, but not nothing. I mean, it's not anything what we call saying. Alright, well, alright. We're gonna go ahead and confirm and leave the track. I'm going to go to another track with a
Hey,
straight
Big
stock and kind of compare it
Do you want me
to
to take it
the
in front of
tracks in iRacing. Okay, so we already ran Eldora. That one's close, but not. This one's nowhere near close to Charlotte's dirt track at all. This track's pretty dang close because I drove it earlier. That was the first track I went to with Cedar Lake. It's pretty close. I mean, it's still not as close, but this is the one I'm really curious about when it comes to Bristol, because Bristol's been changed twice now in iRacing. From the picture in this one, it looks like there's dirtles, so that's pretty cool. I mean, I wish they'd bring dirtles to iRacing.
Yeah.
As far as the way the track looks, I mean,
Wait, I have to get it again?
it's kind of a hit and miss type of situation. So anyway, alrighty, well, we're starting off in the pits, which is a good thing. I mean, we start off in the pits in iRacing, so there we go with that. As far as, whoa. Okay, the dirtles don't even, they're just painted white stripes. There's no dirtle whatsoever. I was really hoping for dirtles. I was really hoping for that.
No. What?
I mean,
Bro, he doesn't do anything.
it's pretty close. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty close to iRacing, I guess you could say. I mean, it's pretty close to iRacing's track. The only downside is they have walls at the end of the straightaway where you can't come in out of it. I mean, this one, I'll be honest with you, I kind of think the tighter the car is, the better it is. Maybe the bigger tracks, you want a tighter car so you're not turning so much. But as far as the track goes compared to iRacing, I mean, it's close. But
That was delicious. It was so delicious like that.
I was really hoping to go in the corner and the dirt will upset you and flip you and, you know, like the real thing. Alrighty, well, there's
I
that.
buy a teleporter thing.
So there's that track, Bristol. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and just go through all the real tracks so you guys can get an idea of what the real tracks look like, you know, in the game. So we've showed you, you know, we've showed you dirt track of Charlotte, we showed you Eldora, we showed you Bristol. Let's go ahead and show you Cedar Lake too. We'll just hop in here real quick and show you Cedar Lake. I'll show all the official tracks. So if you're, you know, watching the live stream for the first time and you're like, what tracks they got that are real, you know?
Hold up.
Here we go, you know.
Before I do,
We showed you all the cars
I'm
and,
gonna sell this diamond.
you know, this is what we got going on here. So, go ahead and tighten that bad boy up some more. Alright, we're going to go into, this is Cedar Lake. This Cedar Lake, I mean, honestly, when it comes to Cedar Lake, they got this one almost identical to the iRacing. The only thing different on the iRacing in this one is the tires.
Wait, I can buy stuff.
The tires don't seem like they're as tall as iRacing, but as far as the track and the way it looks, it's pretty close. This track's really close to the one that, you know, on iRacing, so I'm really impressed with that one. This one they did a lot of, I mean, because in the iRacing you can go up this track right here and just launch off into the pits, which is, you know, funny. But in the iRacing, you go up on top, you can hit the wall and you will fly out of the track really easy because there's no fence whatsoever right here in this corner. So as far as the way the track feels, I mean, the track looks pretty dang close to iRacing, so if you're an iRacing fan or somebody that's looking to get something close to iRacing, this is probably going to be your bet right here. I mean, so there's that one. It looks really close to the original track that was scanned in iRacing. The dirt track, no. I mean, I'm sorry, but they dropped the hammer on that one. Eldora's pretty close, but not as close. Fairbury, I'm curious to see what Fairbury's like, because Fairbury on iRacing is like a little demo derby bull ring, pretty much the way this track is. I mean, you got to ride the wall and you'll be door slammed and all that like Fairbury. So we'll see how this one works out here when it comes to the way the thing.
I don't give two anymore. I know. I need to find a replicant fruit.
So I mean, it is what it is. Oh crap! I forgot to do something. Remember, let's in practice here. I forgot to tighten my setup up. But anyway, all right. Let's just go back out and practice so you guys can see what Fairbury looks like here. As far as Fairbury compared to iRacing, yeah, I mean, I guess you could say it is pretty close. Oh, snap. She's looser than a goose. As far as the track, the way, I mean, I honestly don't even know what to say. Fairbury, the groove's at the top, but this thing seems really loose. I mean, I'm very surprised.
Where?
I mean, it's pretty close to the one in the iRacing, but...
3, 4, 5. Oh, I only have 4. Yeah, Mark.
I mean, they got pretty close. I mean, that's one thing I wish they would do in iRacing is let it, where if you hit a tire, it throws it out there in the track, which would be funny. All right, there's Fairbury. It's pretty close to the original track that's in iRacing. I mean, it's still not 100% like the one at Fairbury, but it's pretty close. All right, Knoxville.
Yes!
I've seen videos and stuff like this on this one. Knoxville's probably not going to be like the one in iRacing. I hate to say it, but I really think the Knoxville track is going to be different. I really do. I've seen videos and it just looks different compared to what the original Knoxville track, you know, is when it comes to the one in iRacing. And right now it is definitely different than the one in iRacing, for sure. Because this one has more banking than the one in iRacing, for sure. The one in iRacing is really not really that banked. And the bottom has a lip, you know, where you hit it. You go down the bottom, you'll hit the lip right there. I mean, there's still one there a little bit, but not as much as it is in iRacing that'll upset your car. Yeah, the tracks, I mean, iRacing's Knoxville's way different compared to, you know, the one in this game. So Knoxville, I mean, they've got it close, but I still think the iRacing track in Knoxville's better. We smacked the shit out of the wall just to see what it'd do. It wadded it up a little bit.
Can I sell these rib cages?
So there's that.
Honestly, I might as just do the rib cage.
Yes, Knoxville, Iowa, Knoxville Raceway. They have that in there.
It's probably better than all these.
They haven't. It's not like the one in iRacing, because I have iRacing and this game is. It's okay. I mean, for what the one on iRacing looks like compared to this one's night and day. I hate to say it. Kokomo. I just got through racing a league race this week at Kokomo Wednesday night with the iRacing group that I run with. So I mean, I'm curious to see what this is compared to the iRacing track. So we'll see here just shortly what it's going to look like for you guys. I can give you a detailed, you know. All right, let's head out for practice. All right, Kokomo. All right, well, I will say this right now, just by looking at it, this is pretty close to Kokomo from the iRacing game. Really close. Really pretty close. when it comes to, I know the track in Kokomo, or the track in iRacing, seems a little bit narrower than this one. But as far as the looks of it and the feel of it, it reminds me of Kokomo. I mean, all right, let's hit a tire. When we hit a tire, that tells you right there that
should I give? No.
Alrighty. There's Kokomo for you guys to see.
Should I give the gloves to him?
As far as that track, it's pretty close to the iRacing track. I mean, there's still change. I mean, there's still differences in it, but it's okay. I mean, for what it was, you know. The dirt track at Las Vegas. We don't have that in the iRacing game yet that I know of. They might be bringing it. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they're going to bring it to iRacing. Maybe they won't. I don't know. But there's a dirt track. I can't compare that one to iRacing.
You can't sell the arrows? That's kind of
But Lima Land, on the other hand, I can tell you if that one's the same as the one as in iRacing real quick. Let me do that one. Kind of give you guys an idea. You know, I wished I had a comparison, you know, do a comparison video of the tracks at each, you know, in iRacing and this game. But Lima Land, you know, curious to see what it's going to be like. We'll go ahead and practice with it.
Oh my god!
And now in Lima Land on iRacing, the track's always top dominant. There's sometimes you can run the bottom depending on how the track wears in. But as far as the way the car drives, I mean the way the track looks, it looks pretty close to Lima Land, so that's a good thing. As far as
I now have to sit through this goddamn thing that says, wait, I'm still a line customer.
alrighty, well, sorry for the cussing in the background. That's my son. He's playing with his friends. Oh man. Alrighty, well, we're gonna do something. I've probably been curious to see what it's gonna do when he hits something. Did it do any damage? Nope. That's surprising.
Oh great, I'm in an infinite death loop.
I'm just, you'd think that the damage.
Yep, I got killed by golden reprieve.
I was really hoping the damage model would be a lot better than it was. I mean, I guess
Golden win
better
reprieve.
than nothing, maybe? I don't know. Alrighty, well, we're going to end practice there and go from there.
Times you die.
Alright, let's go ahead and leave that track. That track, it's pretty close to Lima Land on iRacing, and kind of so-so. Don't forget to share, like, comment on the stream. Also, don't forget to follow my Facebook page, B4rulezGaming live streams. Alright, Port Royal is in iRacing, Volusia is in iRacing, Weed Sports in iRacing, Williams Grove. Alright, well, let's go to... We don't have Texas in iRacing, so maybe they've got a scan for Texas as well. I don't know. I'm kind of curious about that because Las Vegas, Texas is not in iRacing. I'm curious if that's tracks that are going to be coming to iRacing eventually. Lucas will be in here and all that. Anyway, all right, let's go to Port Royal. This was one of the newer tracks that's been released here recently in iRacing, besides I-55. Lucas Oil and Port Royal was the last three newest tracks for iRacing, and they don't have I-55 here yet. I don't know if they're bringing it in the game or not, but we'll see how that works out. We'll go in here to see at Port Royal, and as far as Port Royal, this looks pretty close to the iRacing scan. Yeah, they scanned it. I mean, it looks like they scanned the iRacing scan and put it in the game, and it's pretty close. I mean, really, really close, actually. I think the graphics are a little bit smoother on the computer. I mean, the track's a little bit nicer and all that. But as far as the track, this is, you know, this is kind of like, basically like Port Royal. I mean, in iRacing, I mean, as far as the way the track looks, and I mean, there might be a few odds and ends, you know, but hey. Alrighty, well, that is Port Royal. There's that track. We'll go to the next track that's on iRacing, and I believe that's B4rulezGaming. I ran, matter of fact, I ran a late model race a couple of nights ago at B4rulezGaming in iRacing. So we'll kind of get an idea of what, you know, what B4rulezGaming is compared to in iRacing to this game. Alright, we're going to hop out here in B4rulezGaming. Alrighty, well, first thoughts right now. Yeah, it's pretty close to B4rulezGaming in, you know, from iRacing, but as far as, you know, the way the track looks and you go in the corners and all that, it's not too bad, I guess. I mean,
yeah, I wish I could buy it.
as far as the layout, it's pretty dang close. I mean, they did a heck of a job when it came to all that. So they did a heck of a job here on this track. There's slight differences, but you can tell it's B4rulezGaming because from, you know, all that. So there's that. Alright, well, in that, so you guys can see the other tracks real quick that I know from iRacing and go from there. But B4rulezGaming is pretty close to iRacing's track. Not 100% accurate compared to what it is when it comes to. We've got two more tracks with. We've got Weed Sport. Or Weeds Port. So we'll see how this one works, whatever you want to say it. But right now, I know on this track in iRacing, turn one's a pain in the butt when it comes to turning in there and all that. So we'll see how this one compares to iRacing's track. And compared to iRacing's track, it's pretty close. I mean, now that I think about it, it does look really similar to the iRacing one. And yeah, I mean, I will say, I mean, they did a heck of a job. I mean, yeah, as far as I know, I mean, it looks just like the iRacing track. I mean, so yeah. Well, there you have it, guys. That's Weed Sport. I clobbered somebody hard just to see what this thing's going to do. Okay. Damage wise, I know in the iRacing game you can hit that corner. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Aero, temp, engine. It's starting to get damage now.
Is it uppercase Q? Okay.
That's the damage model so far.
Okay.
Where it's looking.
Okay. Okay. Enter.
Alrighty, well, there's Weed Sport. They got it pretty close. I will say they got it really, really close. You know, into when it comes to the track at Weed Sport with the iRacing game. So anyway, this is the last track that's official. Williams Grove. This track on iRacing is fun. It don't get raced much because it's mainly long straightaways and all that. I'm curious to see what it is like in this game, if it's narrow and long or if it's actually
What do you mean?
you know, wide and long. I mean, but right now it looks pretty close. I will say this right now, just by looking at it, it is different from the one in iRacing, because the one in iRacing has a flat feel to it. This one's got some bank to it.
I'm here.
This track's got a lot more bank than what it is in iRacing. And in iRacing, I'm going to see if it works here. Nope. There's a gap right there in the back wall that you could kill yourself with just playing iRacing. But as far as the look and all that, I think they got it close, but it's still not as good as the iRacing track. See right there, you would be getting flung across the track, but for what it is, not a bad little game. Alrighty, well there's that track.
Found one.
Alrighty. Alright, there you have it. There's the tracks that are in the game, you know, that official. I mean, I've ran every track except for a couple that's not in iRacing, like Texas, which Texas is not really a track that I've ran at yet, and that's in iRacing. But the tracks that are in iRacing currently is Bristol, Cedar, Dirt Track, Eldora, Fairbury, Knoxville, Kokomo, Llama Land, Port Royal, Volusia, Weedsport, and Williams Grove. As far as the game's going in, I'm kind of curious to see if Texas Motor Speedway is going to be put into iRacing. That'd be kind of cool if they did, to give us another dirt track. And Las Vegas is not in iRacing, so I don't know if they're going to put that in there or not. But it'd be cool if they did. And it'd be awesome if they also throw in these little tracks, these oddball tracks from this game, and throw them into iRacing to give you a little bit of a few tracks for free, and that'd be kind of cool. So there's that. So anyway, that's my review. My review for this game is really not really 100%, but I'd say 80 out of probably 100. I would give it. A few things could be worked on, like the graphics or the damage model. I mean, give you a little bit of adjustability on some things. The sprint cars are hard to drive, I will say that. The pro late models and the super late models are decent. They're not incredibly out of control, but the World of Outlaws sprint cars are probably the hardest ones to drive in the game. I give the game out of 100 to 80% because it's probably one of the better, if not the best, next console dirt game out right now. They could add a few things to make it a lot better, I think, but with time. And it's iRacing's first attempt at a console game, and I've always been a fan of iRacing since I've gotten it, and I enjoy it and all that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little hour and 25 minutes of my review on
I have
World of Outlaws dirt racing. I know the first few races it was a little loud because you couldn't hear me because the sounds were really up loud. But this is pretty much the game. I mean, I enjoy it. It's gonna be a fun game to play with friends on console when no one's on iRacing. But I mean, as far as playability, I think a lot of people enjoy it. And as far as careers, I mean, if you just want to play something during the day, bam, you know, and race, this is what you got. Well, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to share, like, comment on the stream. Also, don't forget to share and like and comment on my Facebook page as well, B4rulezGaming. I'll be going live with iRacing on there from time to time, and I also go live from the Facebook page as well through my Facebook page with share play with PlayStation and all that. We might do that a little bit next week during the days. Since I won't be having my son next week because it's his mom's week, I'll be doing some share play and live season on Facebook Live using share play, and you guys can kind of see the career as I progress through that and all that. So as far as my review here on this game is, it's the newest dirt game that's came out, and way better than any other dirt games came out so far. There's a few things that can be changed to make it better and all that. I was really kind of surprised with some of the tracks and the way they look compared to the ones in iRacing, and then I was kind of disappointed in some tracks as well. I mean, there's a couple of tracks completely different looking than what it looks like in iRacing to this game, and I really thought they were going to, you know, use the scans from that track into this game, but I think I don't know if they just dropped the ball or they just scanned in and just were like, okay, we're going to throw that in there and then do that way. But other than that, I mean, the game's fun. It'll be a fun game for people to play. As far as online racing, I don't know. I haven't tried that yet. And I'll do that another live stream, you know, with online racing with some people and all that. And we'll go from there, and you guys will see it live here on B4rulezGaming. And I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to share, like, and comment. And I will talk to you guys later. See ya. Thanks for joining. I will be live later sometime in the next day or two with this game some more. I'll be definitely live on my Facebook page as well. If you're looking into getting a console and do some console gaming racing wise, you're gonna see it here. It's gonna happen. You know, there'll be more racing and stuff going on with this. The more I mess with it, the more I play with it, the more and all that. So I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. My take on it. Awesome job, iRacing, for, you know, taking over Monster Games and putting your, you know, touch to it. There's some things that can be worked out, but other than that, they did a heck of a job compared to what they, you know, done. So as that, with an hour and 29 minutes, almost an hour and 30 minutes here live streaming this new game. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to share, like, comment, subscribe to both my YouTube and Facebook. I will say this: if you're on the fence on this game, go out and get it. You'll be very, very, very surprised the way it's handling. There's some people saying, oh, they drive like crap. No, they make it where you have to drive the car. You can't just go full throttle and go around the track and all that. So my take on it, I enjoy it. I'll be playing it a lot. So if you guys, you know, are on the fence, go out and get it. You'll be surprised. Anyway, thanks again. This is B4rulez Dad, Eric Gann. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. We are done for the evening live streaming with this game. We'll come back sometime in the next day or two and do some more live stream for you guys so you can kind of do it. So with that said, thanks again. Later. Peace, love, and chicken grease. Talk to you guys later.